Hi, my name is May, and I moved to Thailand about 3 years ago. After finishing college in the Netherlands, I knew I wanted to live in Asia for a bit, so I found a job in Bangkok. But after a while, I felt like I wanted more freedom. That's when I switched to a fully remote position. And even though I could live anywhere now, I still prefer staying in Bangkok and having this city as my home base. Good morning, it's Monday, so that means a new fresh start of the week, and I'm on my way to IKEA, which is in the Sphere Mall near Prompong Station. And you know, as much as I love working from my condo in my bed, I also actually enjoy just hanging out and co-working with some of my friends. So yeah, something about like staying motivated and seeing other people work, so I stay focused and just like, you know, catching up. So yeah, let's go there. You know how much I actually don't really care for this mall. I have been coming here quite often recently, but that is only because I actually really enjoy working at the IKEA, which is a bit more up. So let's go there. And we finally made it to IKEA. One of the reasons I love working here is because there's just so much space, big windows and lots of light. Because I don't know about you guys, but for me, working in a place without natural light feels a bit sad. Like, isn't it depressing when you've been inside all day and then by the time you finish, it's already getting dark? Like, you barely even see the daylight. Anyways, after some lunch, let's stretch our legs for a bit. Hello, so we are at the Benjasiri Park, which is the park just behind the IKEA. And for the careful watcher, you might be like, okay, does she wear a different outfit? And yes, that's correct, because actually when I was supposed to be filming this, the day when I worked in IKEA, it was raining, so I couldn't really go outside and film the segment. So please pretend that this is just my lunch break and I'm filming this on the same day. Yay! As you know, I really enjoy working remotely from Bangkok, and here are a few reasons why. So you know, Bangkok is huge, right? So that means that there's a lot of places and a lot of cafes and areas to explore. And I'm actually somebody that gets bored quite quickly, so I really enjoy that there's variety. But actually, one of the great things about Bangkok is that despite it's so huge, its transportation option or the availability of transportation that you have is actually quite extensive. So of course you have your BTS, your MRT, but even for your last mile situations, you can easily get a motorbike taxi, or like Grab or Bolt. So it's quite convenient to get around. So that means that if you want to go to another area, explore another place, go to another cafe, you can actually quite conveniently do so. So yeah, that's one thing that I do really enjoy about this city. Okay, let's go find another place. So, you know, Thailand and Bangkok is actually such a remote working digital nomad hub. So that means that in a lot of places, so coffee shops and cafes are quite friendly, and it's normalized to work there. So what you see a lot of times is that a lot of cafes even provide Wi-Fi and have a plug, and also a lot of locals and foreigners, when you go to a cafe, they are working there. For example, I went to the Netherlands a few months ago, and I started noticing that in some cafes, they actually forbid you to work on your laptop. And I'm not saying that it's a wrong or a good thing, but that's up to the owner themselves to decide. But what I do like here, that in Bangkok it is quite easy to just go to any cafe and pull your laptop out, and yeah, it's a very more friendly cafe working environment. Oh hi, I didn't know you were also here at the Zero Waste Park in Benjasiri Park. If you have some trash, you can leave it here. Okay, so let's talk about safety a little bit, and especially the safety in cafes and in coffee shops, because I don't know what it is here, but people tend to leave their bag or their laptop even in the coffee shop, and then they go out either to get some food or go to the toilet. And yeah, they are quite secure that nothing gets stolen. And I think I already addressed this in a previous video, but I want to iterate this point again, because honestly, I love it, right? It's freaking great. Like if you go to a cafe alone and you just put your stuff there, you go to the toilet, like you don't need to like ask well, maybe you should, but like you don't really need to ask somebody like, hey, can you watch my stuff? But I think this also comes with a caveat, because I see actually quite some time that people just kind of like reserve seats. So they just put their bag, their stuff, they just leave it, and then they're gone for like even sometimes more than an hour. And I'm like, well, that's good, I guess, that they feel safe, that their stuff is there, but also like, I feel some type of way about that. But yeah, at least their stuff won't get stolen-ish. This is not a guarantee though, so always be safe. So another thing that I really enjoy about the conveniences of working remotely or being a digital nomad in Bangkok is its 24/7, yeah, basically 24/7 economy, right? So a lot of times digital nomads don't necessarily work the standard office hours in Thailand. Me as well, right? Sometimes I have meetings that tend to be a little bit later at night, or I have to do stuff on a bit more unconventional hours. But I know that, for example, I can just go to a 7-Eleven if I want to eat something, or even malls, they close at like 10 p.m. in the evening. So yeah, I know that even though I work different hours, I can still get some of my stuff or most of my stuff taken care of. And finally, as we are making our way back to IKEA to continue working or start the workday, I wanted to say also, last but not least, I feel like with the DTV visa, it makes it quite convenient for digital nomads, remote workers to, yeah, make a home base here, because you can stay longer term here now. You know, as much as I like IKEA, I don't like that I have to walk through the whole freaking store to get to the cafe. But before I actually found a shortcut, but then they marked it as only like a fire kind of like exit, so I don't dare to use it anymore. So we'll just speed walking to the cafe right now.
I've never fully utilized working remotely in my previous company.
Yeah, because we could.
We could, but we didn't because we were broke.
Why are you exposing us like that?
No, I mean, like, working remotely is good if you have money, I think.
That is true.
Right? But like with Thai income, when you work remotely, you have to be careful like where you go, how much you spend, right?
Yes.
So I think most Thai people who work remotely, they work from home, I guess. They don't go out as much.
Because honestly, I think like drinks in cafes in Bangkok is so expensive.
Yeah, it is very expensive. But when I was a kid, cafe was not a thing. Like cafe hopping was not a thing.
And now you're obsessed.
And now we are obsessed.
And we're finally done with the workday. You know, one thing I also like about co-working with friends is that after we finish, there's some time to relax and I can get my mind off of work. Because sometimes when I work fully remote at home every day, it can be quite challenging to separate work from personal time. But yeah, that's basically it. I'm just going to take the BTS home and I hope to see you all next time. You know, making B-roll is pretty interesting because, you know, you have to go one way, but I have to also come back. Hey, I'm back. Luckily, the mall just opened at 10 a.m., so there's not a lot of people. So my anxiety of my phone getting stolen and somebody run away with it is a little bit less. Oh, hi. I didn't see you there. I'm just, you know, where I belong, in the kitchen. Okay, so let's talk about how hot and sweaty I am again. I feel like I'm on a stage and it's a bit awkward. Bruh, this is so awkward. Trying to make a thumbnail with people laughing at you. It's a public space, so